Okay, so I'm hearing that Disney is going to truly roll back on DEI, ESG, all this woke crap they've been shoving down people's throats for years. And it has to do with BlackRock. So let's check this out. Now, this is WDW Pro. I've been watching them for a very long time. What's very interesting is I stopped receiving notifications. Now, if you guys don't know this, if you want to receive notifications from your favorite channels consistently from YouTube, you must do three things. You have to subscribe, you have to hit the bell, and you have to make sure that you watch 3 or 4 videos in a row. Then you will continue to get their notifications. The bell don't guarantee it no more. And I have found that out through myself and through Doomcock. I was watching one of his videos. He talked about that. And I was like looking for a particular video of mine where I'd said something. I went through a few videos, like 3, 4, 5 of them. All of a sudden, in my suggestions, I'm getting a ton of my own videos suggested to me. All right, so that's what you gotta do. So go on over to WDW Pro and subscribe. Tell them Tyrone Magnus sent you. Let's check this out.
The Walt Disney Company's value has been cut in half over the past 5 years, and now some of their most ardent defenders and investors, we're talking about BlackRock here, have pulled the rug out from underneath them and said, you know that DEI thing we told you that you have to do? Yeah, we're not doing that anymore. So try to thrive and survive and climb without the thing that so many of your employees are now developing.
So they're really getting rid of it. I can't wait to hear this.
Ladies and gentlemen,
because one of the things was you guys were always telling me, yo, it's BlackRock, it's BlackRock, it's BlackRock, it's BlackRock, it's BlackRock. BlackRock is telling all these companies to do this stuff because they hold major investments in them. And I've seen a couple of clips before, so let's see what's happening.
Boys and girls, welcome back to the channel that strikes fear in the heart of the Holly Weirds. Why? Well, because we believe in the truth with a capital T, explaining entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. It's a passion and zeal that we do every single day right here. And I
value you for that. Make sure you continue to tell the truth and speak how you feel.
Dive in, click the like button, drop a comment down below, and let us know your thoughts. And folks, it's time to drop the news like it's hot. Ladies and gentlemen, the Disney stock has dropped, and not by a little, by a lot. It's down almost, and we'll refresh your file one more time. Over the last 5 years, down almost 50%, 49.35%. In the last day or so, when it dropped to 92.42, it was...
Think about this for a second. This company has lost almost 50% of its value because of all this that they've been pushing. And so many YouTubers and people that are not YouTubers. As a matter of fact, the people have spoken more than YouTubers have spoken, than other people on social media have spoken. We don't like it. They don't like being preached to. They don't like being tokenized. Whether you're Asian, you're black, you're white, you're gay, you're overweight. Like, people are tired of being tokenized for the virtue signaling. They are sick of it. And these companies have lost collectively billions or more. People aren't even going to the parks like that because of this stuff.
Below 50%, and the Disney company needs to do something to save themselves. Well, what are they going to do? How can they return? And what was it that burned the Disney company down to about half of what it once was? Well, folks, if you've been watching this channel for very long, you know that we talk about some of the major investors into Disney. One of them is BlackRock.
I think this is the clip that I have seen before doom scrolling.
Culture's getting excited that I'm saying this. BlackRock, led by Larry Fink, is a major investor into Disney. And for a very long time, they were pushing the DEI, the woke stuff that destroyed Disney, and we've been pushing back. And now... well, let's just say that BlackRock has decided to pull a 180 on Disney. We'll talk about what it means and what...
If you're wondering, I was doing an Obafemi Brock Lesnar reaction, and I got out my Akuma necklace to do the reaction. That's why I'm wearing this.
Why Disney can no longer use DEI or woke to try to lift their stock. Here is Larry the head of BlackRock back in 2017, what he had to say, well, compared to what he's saying now.
You now make a point of that's an investment criteria for you.
Well, behaviors are going to have to change, and this is one thing we're asking companies. You have to force behaviors, and at BlackRock we are forcing behaviors. 54% of the incoming clients are women. We added 4 more points in terms of diverse employment this year. And it's what we're doing internally is if you don't achieve these levels of impact, your compensation could be impacted. Okay.
But this was the signal. You heard it when he said, Larry Fink saying, if we don't get certain quotas in terms of diversity, the way they define it, then we're not going to pay people. And if you do, we're going to give you more money, yada, yada, yada. This was the DEI playbook from BlackRock, and BlackRock.
No wonder certain things are so chock full of everything. And you're like, wait, why are so many changes done in this show or this movie? Like, wait, what the hell are you doing?
One of the biggest institutional investors into Disney. Now, folks, listen to how they're relaying this. This is Larry Fink with Fox News with Brett Baer talking about the woke era. We're what, 9 years removed? Let's see how they're doing with BlackRock and the woke DEI stuff today.
Do you believe the woke era a failed experiment? The ESG, the DEI.
ESG and DEI was what he was just describing in the video we played, 2017. Remember, one of the biggest investors, biggest institutional investors in Disney whatsoever.
I highly doubt he'll give a flat out yes or no, but let's hear what he says.
And a push for that. And when you talk about things now, you talk in a practical sense, what we can do, what we can get done. Looking back at that, how do you see it?
Society moves, the pendulum moves all the time. In BlackRock's cases, we are responsible for managing money for everybody. And even today, as you said, maybe these renewables are less talked about it. I can tell you right now, we have many investors worldwide are in.
Now, he's going to try to pivot off that because he doesn't want to say what he's going to say, but I'm going to skip to the end because he doesn't get a chance to do that. He's got to come back and admit that the woke era is over. Here is the end of the interview.
So,
rapidly building more.
Like I was about to say, it doesn't sound like he's going to answer.
Nuclear than any other country in the world. They have the largest solar fields in the world, yet they're the biggest importer of gas and oil. And so to me, more importantly today, I think society has moved into a better position of having more pragmatism. And what you're hearing from me is I'm echoing what we're hearing from our clients.
Culture, there's a huge change. The clients are declaring we're going to be pragmatic now. We're making money. We're not into ESG. We're not into DEI. But the Disney stock has already dove because of this guy, because of BlackRock. And you, over and over again, Culture, you've talked about BlackRock.
Yeah.
What do you think about the idea now that they are turning tracks? They're going with a 180, and that's why Disney is scrubbing all this stuff out of their corporate C-suite.
I think that he's probably had some very honest conversations with Donald Trump and the administration. I think they've probably talked with him about the fact that the cultural shifts that he tried to force have been detrimental to all of business, not just Hollywood, not just Disney, but to everything.
That probably did happen.
These efforts
that probably did happen.
Created a less safe and a less secure environment for everybody to operate within, whether it be in airlines or in traffic safety, because they were issuing driver's licenses in various places, all of which this guy supported, and he's one of those people that he can move the needle because of just how much money he controls. He was saying that in the interview, without saying it. And that also forces everybody else in the investment community to kind of push those same directions. And look, the company that starts with a V started to back off of this almost a year before BlackRock actually has to talk about this. So this is one of those conversations where we start seeing that that the Fink is being exposed for what he truly is, and he was very manipulative from beginning to end. And
yes, but he's kind of is this surrender culture?
I think it's the beginning of surrender. I think
I've never heard surrender culture before.
Slow to understand that
we've all heard of cancel culture.
Action to preserve life. I think it's a slow one, but he's giving ground and backpedaling, and now going to start to talk about profitability, probably at great risk threatened to, the way he's managing people's money.
Absolutely. Lauren, I think...
But, they're going to have to do something. That's crazy. Lost half of their value. That is nuts. Well, I think we've heard enough here. We're going to see what's going to happen. And I want to go see that full interview with him on Fox News because, I need to hear every word he said because he was kind of, it looked like he was kind of dancing around certain things. And, they know that it's a failed project. So, post the comments down below. Let me know what you all think about this. Do you think it really is gone? Is the plug really being pulled? We can only wait and see as we continue to watch the movies and the shows that come out of Disney in particular, since that's what we're talking about, Disney right here. We will truly know. Right now I'm watching the new Darth Maul series. So far, I haven't seen anything wrong, really. There's certain things that I think people are super sensitive to. Like there's one particular thing I saw and I think people were talking about that. But other than that, it was really quick and short. And I was like, but what people are mainly worried about with that is a bait and switch. That's what they're concerned about, a bait and switch. I haven't seen any bait and switch yet. So we shall see. All right. Post the comments down below. Let me know what you all think. If you enjoyed my thoughts and commentary, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and share. 10 million subscribers.